anybody? By any of you three? Oh, four. Oh, we need to have you up here.
No
Sorry.
respect. Hey, you can take Jason's seat.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the meeting minutes from December 8th, 2020.
Second.
Roll call?
Land,
Yes.
Cop,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
and Deuce.
Yes.
Thank you. Ben, do we have any correspondence to council?
Yes, I put something in your stack. It was a thank you from Joetta Hensley for the support when she lost her husband, Bob.
Thank you. And before we get started too, I wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. New year coming up, so I hope it's a good one. We're excited to see good things that are coming and happening in West Milton, and I want to thank everybody for being here. We will be having comments from citizens regarding tonight's legislation. We'll be reading CM 20-44, an ordinance to appropriate funds necessary for the budget year 2021. This will be the second reading. Mrs. Brochure?
It's an ordinance to appropriate funds necessary for the various departments and offices in the municipality of West Milton, Ohio for the year 2021.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I'd like to make a motion to accept ordinance CM-20-44 as written. Second.
Roll call?
Land,
Yes.
Cop,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
and Deuce.
Yes.
Do we have any comments from citizens in regards to the budget? Okay, hearing none. Manager's report, Ben.
I'll try to talk loud tonight. Just so you know, Tom Beck, our cable guy, is working on trying to get some speakers connected in here so you can hear in the back. We did not know going into last year that we would have to have this whole room open for this long of a period of time. So Tom is working on that. He's checking some pricing out so that we can get it for now and for later if we need it. So just to let you know, I did talk to our cable guy about that. Mayor and council, first off, I hope you and the staff, all the citizens had an excellent holiday. This last year wasn't a normal year by far, and we're hoping and praying that 2021 will be better for everybody. One way to start out our year right was a big check. Governor DeWine's office stated he was looking for more ways to assist employers across the state during COVID-19. We got a check from the Ohio Bureau of Workers' Compensation for $97,990, and we very much appreciate it. So that was a little bit of a boost to help us with our income tax loss in 2020, especially from the general fund. It's only supported by tax dollars, so we were pretty excited to get that. We knew that we would have something coming, but we didn't know it's going to be quite that much. So the search is on of our next municipal leader. The hiring committee met with Gary Huff. Gary's with Paddle Creek Consultation Firm. We met last week. It's a really good kickoff meeting. I think we're well on our way now. I've provided all the council with the hiring brochure that's going to go out. It's also on our website. It looks a little bit better on the website than it does in print. There's some pixelation in the brochures for some reason, but it looks a lot better electronically. And there's also a application online, so they can fill that out also. The manager's position will be posted on International City Managers Association, along with the Center for Local Government sites. It's also listed as of today on the Ohio City Managers Association. The position will advertise for around 30 days, and then I'm hearing that the interest is already really high, and we just started. So just a really good position, and I just am absolutely confident we'll get the right person for us. So that's moving along. It'll be here before you know it. And if anything changes, we get any information, I'll pass it on to the hiring committee right away. But right now, we're just kind of taking the applications, so. Keep an eye out this week. Ryan Homes is beginning the construction of one of their 3 model homes that are going to be in Stillwater Crossings Phase 1. Tim's telling me that DP&L contractors have not been on the site for a couple weeks. They are telling me that these homes will be completed by late March. Should be all 3 model homes. Tim.
Excuse me, Ben. This afternoon, I did get a chance to talk to the electrical contractors. They are bringing out bigger machinery. They're having trouble with the rock. So they're thinking electric, he said about a month and a half. Gas will be done in 2 weeks. They'll have the gas line purged and ready to go. So we're looking at about another month and a half for, everything to be, really up and running up there. So, I'm just waiting for them to stake the property so we can measure offsets and make sure everything's okay, and then they can start building.
Thanks, Tim.
Yep.
While you're talking, I was gonna have Tim give us a quick update on Ludlow Falls.
Okay, Ludlow Falls, we're about a third of the way done. We are out of the hard rock. We hit a lot of rock on Vine Street. We are now on Friend Street, and it's going rather well right now. We're just hoping it stays that way. If you noticed up State Route 48, they started the open cut. We tried boring. It wasn't going to happen. So we're moving right along, and we're hoping to get everything finished up and everybody tied in up there sometime July, August, and we should be wrapping it up. So.
Thank you.
Yep.
Ron Kaufman is going on vacation for a couple weeks. When Ron gets back, I'm gonna get with Tim, get a date, so we can have a sit down soon after he gets back, so we can see what's going on with the back end phase of that side of the road, see where we're at. I know that he had bid it. He pretty much decided on his contractor, but we haven't got all the information yet. So we're gonna meet with him as soon as he gets back. So the police department, just a quick update. They are currently interviewing for their one open position to bring them back to full force. I think they have 3 pretty strong candidates, and I believe the 3 people are going to be interviewed, I believe tomorrow. I think Tim's going to sit in with Lieutenant Wright and Chief Bussey, I assume. So they're going to do the initial interviews on the 3 candidates. Chief Bussey really likes a couple of them, and so I think we'll hopefully be back up to full staff there. I know that the officers, a lot of people talk about overtime and the money, but when you have to cover shifts and stuff and you have to cancel plans, I know it's kind of part of the job, but if you do it for so many weeks in a row or so many months in a year, it does get kind of tiresome. So when they're up to full staff, it cuts down on the overtime, and it lets our officers get a little bit more rest and relaxation. Spoke with George Luce today about our trash service. I knew as we got closer to this, we would hopefully have closer dates, mainly because he's estimating what they're telling him. So it's almost like we're getting a third party, but now he's talking directly to the dealers, and he believes that the Peterson bulk truck, along with the toters, should be coming in February, maybe late January, but probably February. The Labrie Helping Hand truck is looking like a late March delivery. I'm not counting on that as much as I am the bulk truck and the toters. The toters, like I said, we have to assemble, and we also have to deliver them. So I'm kind of putting a plan together for that, and we'll go into a lot deeper detail on that at the next workshop. That way I can have all the information at one time for everybody. Jill and I are working on some rate projections to lower our trash bill as we promised, and I'll have all that information for you too. So I still, unless something totally out of the blue happens, we're still on schedule to pick up definitely before the waste management contract extension ends, so that's good news. And then basically just speaking of trash, I guess it would have been late October. The complaints really went up on nuisance and zoning. I don't know why, we always get a nice flow of them, but I don't know why they picked up in October. But they've continued throughout the winter. I just want people to know when they call in, because a lot of them are anonymous, and honestly, I don't tell people who called in. A lot of times it's our crews that actually see it, but I don't want them to think that I'm ignoring it. Currently serving 2 positions, it's difficult I could spend days on nuisance violations, and I don't have that right now, especially at the first of the year. So the biggest thing to let people know is that I am getting letters out. Frankly, I know a lot of these people, so I just call them on the phone, which I prefer to knock on the door, call them on the phone. 99% of the people listen, the other 1% chase me off their property. So, but I'd rather try that first, at least for now. But I just can't help but think, I'm wondering why the city seems like we have to patrol private property. And I mean, it comes down to people just don't take care of their properties. And you drive through town and you see so many nice houses. But I mean, you walk and slowly look, and it's like, I've lived in West Milton for over 40 years. I've worked here almost that entire time. I knew these people that owned these homes for decades. And to go buy it and see it unkept, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if you buy a house, you're buying a house to take care of the house. I've had people tell me they were busy. I can tell you from a personal standpoint, I worked 2 jobs, city and fire, for over 30 years. I had a kid that was in sports. We were gone on the weekends. We were gone during the week. But I always found time to put the trash away and mow the yard. So I guess I'm just putting a plea out that I don't think the city should have to tell people to clean their properties. I mean, if you see a neighbor, I don't have a problem talking to my neighbors, and I've worked for the city this long, I've never called one of my neighbors in. I've always talked to them. I don't see what the problem is of just going over and talking to them, but if there's a situation where you can't do that and you have to call us, that's fine, but just pass along the word that we got a nice winter, we got spring coming up, you got COVID, a lot of people are at home now, so take a little bit of time and clean up your properties, because I mean, if you clean up your property and you have a nice house, you don't want to live next to somebody that can't take the time to get the trash out of their yard, the mattresses behind the house, the tires. Just take some time. And if you keep your property up, like I know most of everybody in here does, then just pass the word. I mean, if you got to shame them a little bit, I don't really care. I mean, I'm just tired of looking at it. So take some time, clean up your properties. And if not, and you get a letter, then you're going to go through the process, and then you're going to take up tax dollars because we could be doing something else. So I'm just making a plea. Please clean up your property. Thank you.
Ben, I appreciate you saying that. That's been the biggest complaint given to me while I've been on council, and just what I see is just our lack of pride. And yeah, so thanks for bringing that up again. And hopefully, maybe 2021 will be a new year of cleanliness.
Well, and there are some people that are older and they may not be able to do it, and they're too proud to ask for help. But I can tell you that I don't think I've ever seen an older person in town that can't get help. There are people that would trip over each other in this town to help someone that can't do it themselves. So if you know of somebody, I mean, I've called some people and they said, I'm 89 years old, I just had knee surgery. And I feel bad, So I just try to look to see if I can get somebody to help them. I mean, I'll go there after work to take the trash out if I have to. I don't care. We want to help. So if you know somebody that needs help, let us know. Thank you.
Thanks. And also, I mean, we used to have an ordinance enforcer. I know, the budget has kind of shifted, but I hope in time that we get another one back. I mean, I think that's our goal at some point, right? So,
Yeah, I think the plan was, once, I start slowing down a little bit, that I'll be.
oh, that'd be
a
great.
little bit of both.
Yeah. Be really great. All right, thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Council, do we have any old business? Any new business?
I've got a little bit of new business. This will be brief business, but my family and I purchased a property just outside of Arcanum, about 10 miles. Tonight will be my last meeting because the state of Ohio does not allow me to stay here on council if I don't live here. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, and it's been a very huge honor to serve the community and to work with all of you. It's been an eye-opening experience and a very good experience. You've really helped me build as a person, and I hope I did the same with you. And I will miss this part, but I'm really looking forward to starting a new journey.
Oh, well, we're excited for you guys. Yeah, because you guys kind of grew up here, and
I've been around here
It's
for
a big
25 years.
change.
My wife's been here for 35 years.
Yeah.
So it's a big change, but it's a change that we both want to jump into.
Well, we will miss you, and thank you for your service.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jason.
So
Yes,
that
sir, thank
means
you.
we will be having an open council seat. When will that be starting then, Ben?
I guess the discussion will be at the workshop, so it would be filled by the next, is it the next regular meeting, or do you have to?
Well, what you guys have done in the past, I think, is allow people to submit
Right.
resume, letter, whatever they want, and then have you've done interviews? Is that right?
Yes. So are we opening that seat starting in what next? When are
Probably
you?
The next
Tonight?
workshop.
Workshop?
Tonight's your last meeting. Okay, so probably starting after tonight, we'll be taking applications
You can start it after tonight to take the
Okay.
applications.
for the open council seat. So if you're interested, please submit that to the front desk and we'll review them and do interviews. And then lastly, do we have any comments by citizens? Just please state your name and your address.
Yes, ma'am.
Thanks.
My name is Barry Reed. I'm 811 Emmett Road, just outside of the confines of Ludlow School. I just wanted to take a moment to address the council and introduce myself. I'm coming off of 20 years of active duty service and decided that West Milton, where my wife, Carrie Gilby, is from, was going to be where I wanted to plant my roots for the rest of my days and stay here. And I will also be applying for the municipal manager position. I have an open application in, and I will be submitting a formal application for that, and hopefully, with any consideration, I can be the next village manager for West Milton.
All right, thank you.
Thank
Can
you.
we see what you look like? Okay. I wouldn't know if I passed you on the street who you were. Well, thank you, Barry, we appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, any other comments by citizens?
I'm Cody Dorman. I live at 605 South Main Street. I heard Ben was talking about people in the community needing help with cleaning up their properties or whatever. And I know that a lot of the seniors were needing community service hours for our next semester. And if you get any people calling needing help, probably reaching out to Mr. Grafflin so he can try to get a hold of us for us to be able to find a community service to do.
Thank
They're all
you.
going, yes, we need hours. Okay, thank you, Cody. That's great to know.
Submit my short list for you.
Yeah. How many hours do you guys need?
10.
10. Okay. It's good to know,
Well,
Mr.
if you
Grafflin.
can't find any, give us a call. We can always pick up trash at the park, and we can find some on the job.
Ben, you got trash toters need put together, don't you?
Yeah, I wish we need to put a rush on those toters.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right. Any other comments?
Don Dorman, 605 South Main. I just want to take a minute and thank Jason for his service. Probably most people who watch these meetings at home don't realize how long he sat out here attending these meetings before he joined everyone on council. I'm going to guess a solid year plus, 2
Almost 2 years,
Yeah, so, and I don't think you've missed a meeting, have you?
Nope.
So that is an incredible run, so thank
Well, I
you.
appreciate it, thank you.
Thanks, Dan. All right, any other comments? Okay. Oh, yes, please come up to the stand.
Did anybody, my name's James Green, and I live on 210 Wagner Road here in West Milton. Has anybody mentioned about the fiber optic being vandalized going across the bridge?
Does anybody what?
Has anybody mentioned anything about the coax that y'all just put the fiber optic going across the bridge on top being vandalized?
We mentioned it, yeah. I mean, we've talked about it.
Oh, y'all know about it being vandalized and being repaired? Did you ever think it might have been that tractor that done that?
Then what?
You ever think it might have been the tractor that done it?
Well, we've got probably 100 pictures of it. We've spent several hours out there with different people, police and everybody else looking at it. So it's right on the cusp of, it could have been the tractor because it was sitting right there. So it's kind of, I mean, a little bit of it's up in the air, but yeah, I mean, it was broken. They did come out and fix it. So.
Yeah, I knew they come out and fixed it and stuff, and the reason after that, the tractor was sitting right again and again, I went by there one day.
Yes, sir.
And I just wondered, because that guy said he was coming out of his pocket to fix that, and it shouldn't have been coming out of his pocket.
Yeah, I mean, we made them completely aware that there was equipment sitting there working. So they knew who the equipment was, and so they would have to work that out amongst themselves, so.
I just wondered if, if they'd said anything about that to you.
Yes, but thank you.
All right.
Mike Kraft, Wagner Road. I was talking with the contractor the day they were out there making the repairs, and he, the guy from that put the concrete slurry over top of the fiber optic cable, and the cable guys doing the repairs, both felt it was vandalism or sabotage or something. One of the guys, I took a video of the whole thing and our conversation, it's on YouTube. But they strongly felt that it was. And of course, then I talked to somebody later on that had pictures of, was a crane that was on right at that spot. So kind of guessing maybe it could have been the crane. I can't imagine somebody wanting to come along and realizing what it was and taking a sledgehammer to it. It's like, it takes a real radical to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would certainly hope we don't have any radicals here trying to sabotage our fiber optic. If it happens on a continual basis, then I would discount the whole tractor on the bridge thing and begin to look at the real criminal here. But it almost seems like, the suspicions are that it was vandalized, but maybe not. Just my 2 cents worth as a citizen. Also, have you got any ideas on what the lid is going to be in containing the cost of the trash fee?
Right now, I mean, so I think normal residents are paying 25-ish in that ballpark for trash. And then low volume is maybe at
25 a month, yeah.
Yeah, so high volume is going to be the majority of the people, so whatever you're paying now is the cap. I mean, it's not going to be, council said all along, your rates aren't going up. So all I ask is I can finish putting numbers together.
It's not going to be a big savings like Anthony was telling us back in October. It's going to be an even swap.
No. I said the cap is 25. We're not going to go over 25.
I just need to finish putting the numbers together.
That would be kind of an even swap if it's at 25.
But understand that our rates were going to go up like 30% had we continued with waste management.
Let me say this different. It's not gonna be 25, it's gonna be under 25. You asked what the cap would be, that's currently what you're paying. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and we've got a reduced service as well.
Not really, because we'll be,
now we have to take our recycling, throw it in the back of mom's car, and hope we don't spill any juice on the seat while we take it down there and toss things in while we're watched by a camera, tossing it into a dumpster.
You don't have to do that. You can put it in the trash.
And most
Because it's
citizens-
gonna go in the
most
trash
citizens in
anyway.
town that I've talked to have said they're not gonna do any recycling any longer,
Okay.
which kind of reduces the whole intent of trying to recycle and save the planet.
The reality is that it doesn't get recycled. You can put it in your recycle bin, but the only product that's being recycled right now is corrugated cardboard. So that's really the only thing we're taking to the recycle bin. And my Amazon boxes aren't really that dirty. So if it is dirty, then it doesn't need to go in the recycle bin anyway.
We don't throw away our pizza boxes.
Right.
Yeah, so you're saying they don't recycle what we throw away anyway?
That's my understanding.
Right.
yeah.
Wow.
If that changes, then we'll revisit it. But as far as I know, it's just corrugated cardboard is the only thing that there's any market for. The rest of it goes in the landfill. I don't like that, but that's the reality.
We may as well burn our paper in the trash, or in the fire pit for, winter time. And throw the rest into the regular trash anyway. So maybe we could get a savings from not recycling. Maybe
it's
we
gonna be a
could
lot
just
cheaper.
Not recycle,
It's gonna be a lot cheaper to
since
have,
that's all they're picking up is cardboard.
well,
Just
so
a
what-
thought.
if they drop it off. But I am reminding you, because I've told you this a couple times, you are adding a service, because we're gonna be doing limb pickup, and we've had a lot of requests to do limb pickup, so we are adding a service, so.
I thought we always had limb pickup with waste management, we always had to.
No,
bundle it
well,
up.
it had to be bundled, like they wouldn't pick up branches and stuff. I'm talking like once a year minimum, going around and picking up brush
Loose-
piles. Yes.
Loose bundles?
Huh?
You're talking about picking up loose bundles?
If you get it to the curb, our truck will pick it up. That's what I'm talking about. So it's adding a service.
Yeah. I never used that service anyway. Took all my trees down.
It's already used it, but it's not available.
Okay, well, thank you. All
Thank you.
right. Do we have a motion? Actually, can I just motion to adjourn, or?
You can ask for a motion to adjourn.
Okay,
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
roll call?
Land,
Yes.
Huff,
Yes.
Horn,
Yes.
Tracy,
Yes.
and Hughes.
Yes.
All right, that's the end of the meeting. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.